Gita, it's Steve. We're getting down to the home stretch here. The paper should be on their way. I reviewed the closing costs and they seem right. The estimate and the cash to close seems right. It's very confusing and very convoluted. I will try and walk you through, but it's very hard. But I did check it and made a bunch of phone calls to follow through. Let's see if I can verbalize it for you and hopefully not get into detail. But here is the estimate of closing costs that you'll be in your package. $3 million loan. We lowered the interest rate by 1/8 to 6 5/8. And here's the payment when the $3 million is all borrowed and it turns into a fully amortized loan, not interest only, that number there, plus taxes and insurance. Down here, this number we know is wrong, but the estimated in taxes and insurance are $2,690. It's going to be higher than that because the property taxes, but we know a lot lower than our concern was. So those will be added later. Okay. The cash to close, disregard the 50,000. It's very, very inflated and deflated, and some money comes in and some comes out. I'll try and walk you through how this number comes together. But the cash to close is 182,604.77. It's the difference between the loan amount of 3 million and the project cost and the closing cost. Okay, so let's go down. Here's the itemized fees. We have they're calling it a commitment fee, but it's our loan processing fee. It's the underwriting review fee, the loan doc prep fee, all the other fees involved with all the people checking and rechecking and saying no and saying yes. $995 for that. Then we have a construction admin fee. There's an admin department off to the side that oversees everything and makes sure things are going okay. It's a one-time fee for the 2-year build, $915. And that's part of the construction fee. There's another fee that I'll show you in a second, but we go down to B, and these are services not shopped for, but services that we needed to do the loan. These are lender fees. First, at the end of the process, an appraiser will go out and check to make sure the C of O is there, certificate of occupancy, and everything's okay. They're charging you for that now, but it won't happen until the project's done, $125. You've done 2 appraisals. They billed you, but they didn't charge you. So that's $800 each. And then here's the construction management fee to Granite Loan Management. They are a disbursement agent. Every time the builder requests a build, it'll go through the construction admin people to the disbursement agent, and they're the ones who will be responsible for being in between to make sure the cash gets to the builder and sends it out to the builder for receipt and manages what it's for, and that all the work was done as he said it is, and do the inspections and everything. This covers 18 draws, or actually a little more. It was a one-time fee calculated in South Carolina. It was the cheapest one out of 3 or 4 different disbursement agents that U.S. Bank works with. And so that's a one-time fee if he's built in all the inspections and all the draws. That's going to happen. And he has at least 18, which is what he told us. Okay. Credit report, flood service, tax service fee. Those are standard things. Then in C, you've got all of Eric Bradshaw's company fees, all their fees involved in the process, and they're charging for the mail away here of $300 and $150 for the POA, which I understand we may not use now, but in case we are using it, that's what that's for. Title insurance, we need to make sure that there's no liens on the property that's going to be in front of our construction loan, and we needed to do that. And they went out and did a title search and check, and that cost for that is that number there. If we refinance down the line and we'll require it again for whatever the loan amount is, but it should be a reduced fee because they just did it and they don't need to check it every time. So this is always the fee. The lender's title insurance is what the bank's going to require to make sure that there's nobody in front of their lien ahead of us. Okay. When you add it all up, it's $18,612 for A, B, and C. Those are the actual closing costs on the loan, not counting your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance, your builder's risk insurance, and everything else. Those come down here, other costs. Okay, so first is the builder's risk over here, $21,612. We got that bill, but we didn't see that you paid it, so we're going to charge it now and pay it through to SWBC. So you're going to be paid for the year. And that's that figure right there. Okay. Then they're going to take 1 year's of property taxes, 5164, to make sure that you're covered for the first year of construction. So that's going to sit there, and the settlement attorney will they'll pay Charleston County, so it's paid up. Okay. Now the systems are set up and for purchase loans that they require a 1-year homeowners insurance policy and tax escrows. So the system automatically calculates those as though you are responsible for that. And that's $23,000 at $1,800 a month for the insurance and the taxes of $55.94. However, you're not responsible for that. So they do an aggregate adjustment and back that out. So they actually backed out $27,693 from these numbers. And your actual escrow for that, what's the difference is $1,300. And that sits there until as upfront. Okay. Plus you have the flood insurance, which is $1,376, which they put in escrow for 3 months. So that totals, the combination is $2,690 in escrow in the account. Okay. So the total cost of EF and G, which is the 50, the 32,000, and the 2,690, is 29,516, plus you already paid 5,504. That was your flood insurance. I skipped that. That's here. It's in the column of already paid. So that number, the two of those, is 35,020, of which 29,516 is for those obligations there. Okay. Now, total closing costs, that number that we saw up there, 50,608. D and I, which is D $18,612, those are the closing costs, and I 35,020 is 48,128. But again, the closing cost included the 5,504, which was your flood insurance, but you already paid that. So here again, it's 50,608, but you really owe 48,000, and we're backing out 3,000 because we made a mistake, $2,000 credit for increasing the closing cost too high, and $1,000 because of the account, set up the checking account. So the total is 50,608 when you paid 5,504 already. And now we get to the project cost and everything else. You got to pay $137,500 for the difference of the project cost and the loan amount, and the difference of the $50,000. Well, it should be actually 50,000 minus 5,000. The total is 182,604. I didn't add that up, but it should add up to 182,604. And that's how you get your final number. Sorry about that. Don't mean to laugh. It's a lot of it's a lot of money, but that's pretty much how you get it. I come out of share. Why I'm laughing at it is I want to say clear as mud, absolutely clear. So let me know if there's questions. This is a long video, so I'll stop now. And I hope that this works out and we close on time tomorrow. Let me know if there's questions, and you'll get the package tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.